Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan or even just an NFL fan who loves big moves, today's video is going to get you fired up. We have breaking, urgent news that the Cowboys have signed ex-Super Bowl champion safety CJ Gardner-Johnson, a player with a fiery reputation, tons of talent, and a bit of controversy that makes this signing super interesting. So sit tight, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's dive into everything you need to know about this unexpected, game-changing move. Trust me, this is not just another signing. This has the potential to shake up the NFC and possibly the entire league. First off, let's talk about who CJ Gardner-Johnson actually is, because understanding his background is key to seeing why this signing could be huge for the Cowboys. CJ is not just some random free agent pickup. He's a proven player with serious credentials. He came into the league out of the University of Florida in the 2019 NFL draft, picked in the 4th round. Since then, he has built a reputation as one of the toughest, most versatile safeties in the game. His nickname among fans and teammates has sometimes been the Pit Bull. And for good reason. This guy plays with an intensity that you can't teach. He's got a knack for being around the ball, making big plays, and his physical style of defense often rattles opponents. Gardner-Johnson's journey in the NFL has been a bit of a roller coaster. He started with the New Orleans Saints and quickly showed flashes of brilliance. He had the kind of game-changing speed, instincts, and aggressiveness that coaches love. But what really boosted his stock was his time with the Philadelphia Eagles, especially in their recent Super Bowl run. Yes, CJ Gardner-Johnson is a Super Bowl champion during the 2023 to 2024 season. He was a key contributor to the Eagles' defense, stepping up in big moments and often being the difference maker in tight games. Yeah, his ability to cover tight ends, blitz effectively, and come up with crucial interceptions made him one of the more talked about defensive backs in the league. But the story doesn't end there. The offseason of 2025 brought some drama. Despite his Super Bowl success and being a fan favorite in Philadelphia, Gardner-Johnson was traded to the Houston Texans. This caught many by surprise, including CJ himself. He publicly expressed how shocked he was by the trade, and the feelings of being undervalued were clear. In fact, he went on record saying that he felt highly disrespected by the Eagles, claiming that he was not given the recognition he deserved despite playing at a high level. This kind of candor is rare, and while it speaks to his competitive fire, it also raises questions about his relationship with the teams he's been on. In Houston, things didn't go as planned. Gardner-Johnson played just 3 games with the Texans, but his on-field performance was solid enough. Not spectacular, but definitely not the reason for his release. According to reports, the Texans cutting him was more about internal conflicts and mismatched expectations rather than pure performance. It seems like CJ wanted more opportunities to blitz and be aggressive, but the coaching staff had a different vision for his role. That friction reportedly led to tension in the locker room and ultimately to the Texans releasing him early in the season, a rare move for a player with his pedigree. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Because he was released so early in the season after just 3 games, there's an NFL rule that prevents his former team, in this case the Eagles, from re-signing him this season. This little known rule means that the Eagles can't bring back a player who was traded and then cut before playing 4 games with his new team. That's why Philadelphia fans are watching the situation closely but can't just get their beloved safety back right now. So the door was wide open for another team to swoop in and grab Gardner-Johnson, and that team, according to the latest buzz, is none other than the Dallas Cowboys. This move is huge for several reasons. First, the Cowboys have been facing some defensive challenges, particularly in their secondary. Injuries and inconsistency have hurt their pass defense, and adding a player with Gardner-Johnson's skill set could be exactly what they need to shore up that unit. Dallas has a history of adding pieces late in the season that make a big impact, and this fits that mold. His ability to play both safety and nickel corner positions gives the Cowboys defensive coordinator more flexibility in schemes and packages, allowing for more creative blitzes and coverage disguises. Another reason this signing makes sense is Gardner-Johnson's experience in big games. Dallas is always in the playoff hunt, and having a player who knows what it takes to win at the highest level is invaluable. His energy and competitive edge can inject some needed fire into the locker room, especially for a team that sometimes struggles with discipline and focus on defense. While some might worry about his outspoken personality causing friction, it could actually be a benefit if channeled properly. The Cowboys locker room has plenty of leaders who could help integrate him and make sure his passion translates into positive leadership rather than disruption. Of course, there are risks involved with this signing. Gardner-Johnson's personality and the reasons behind his release from Houston could be red flags. Teams have to be confident they can manage his intensity and ensure that it doesn't lead to conflict. Also, his desire for a specific role on the field means Dallas will need to carefully define his responsibilities to avoid confusion or blown assignments. The coaching staff must find the right balance between giving him freedom to make plays and maintaining defensive discipline. Another consideration is his recent playing time, or lack thereof. And being cut so early into the season means he has limited game action this year. That lack of consistent reps could mean he needs some time to get back into rhythm, especially learning a new defensive system like Dallas. The Cowboys don't have a lot of time to wait if they want this move to help their playoff push, so the pressure will be on both Gardner-Johnson and the coaching staff to get him ready quickly. Financially, this is likely a low-risk, high-reward signing for Dallas. Gardner-Johnson won't command a huge contract given the circumstances, which makes it easier for the Cowboys to take a chance on him without compromising salary cap flexibility. This is important because Dallas has some expensive contracts on defense already, so a cheap, motivated veteran who can make an impact is a perfect fit. Fans are already buzzing about this potential signing. On social media and fan forums, opinions are mixed but passionate. Some Cowboys fans love the idea of seeing Gardner-Johnson as a tough, proven player who can add much-needed toughness and playmaking ability to the secondary. Others are skeptical, worried that his history of locker room tension could cause problems or that his fit with Dallas's defensive scheme isn't ideal. Either way, it's generating excitement and discussion, which is a good thing for the team's morale. Looking ahead, this move could have ripple effects across the NFC East. The Cowboys getting a player with Gardner-Johnson's caliber adds another weapon in their arsenal against divisional rivals. It puts pressure on teams like the Eagles and Giants to adjust their offensive strategies, knowing there's a new disruptive presence in Dallas's secondary. If Gardner-Johnson can recapture his peak form, it could be a real game changer in the division and possibly a factor in Dallas making a deeper playoff run than many expect. Overall, this signing is a classic example of the NFL's next man up and change is constant mentality. One player's misfortune with one team can become another team's opportunity. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's journey from Super Bowl champion to traded player to cut and now potentially a Cowboy shows the unpredictable nature of pro football. It also highlights the Cowboys' willingness to take calculated risks to improve their roster and chase a championship. In conclusion, while the official confirmation of Gardner-Johnson's signing with the Cowboys is still pending at the time of recording, the buzz and logic behind the move make it one of the most compelling stories of this NFL season. It's a perfect mix of talent, drama, and strategic need that has fans and analysts alike paying close attention. If you want to stay updated, be sure to subscribe because I'll be dropping follow-ups as soon as more details come out. So, what do you think? Are you excited about C.J. Gardner-Johnson potentially wearing the star? Do you think he'll fit in with the Cowboys and help them win big? Or are you worried this could be a case of too much fire-causing issues? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your takes and having those conversations. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive on what could be one of the NFL's most intriguing signings of the year. Stay tuned, stay hyped, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.